So this is going to be the penultimate session of the day that we are set to unfold right now, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for the panel discussion right now is kidfluencers and the trust economy, influence, regulation, and responsibility. Like always, I'm going to be first calling up on stage our esteemed moderator for the session, and then I'm going to be calling up on stage our speakers. To moderate this session, I would like to take this moment to call up on stage Shomini Sridhara Paul, founder and CEO, Gatsby Media LLP. Thank you so much, Ms. Paul. Good to see you once again. Thank you. Shomini ji is going to be joined on stage by Prateek Gaur, my friend, founder and CEO, Celebistan. A big round of applause for Prateek Gaur, please. Can we please appreciate and clap for Prateek Gaur, ladies and gentlemen. Founder and CEO, Celebistan. Thank you so much. My next speaker over here, Akshit Chaudhary, co-founder, Baby Billion. Thank you so much, Mr. Chaudhary, for joining us. What a pleasure. My next speaker over here is Snehalata Shah, parenting and travel blogger. Thank you so much. Let's clap it up a little louder for her, please. My next speaker over here is Amaira Shahnawaz, digital content creator and influencer. Thank you so much. Truly spinning heads, and now clap it up the loudest for her, please. Amaira Shahnawaz. And I'm going to be calling up on stage Preeti Karandikar, Global Marketing and Communications Head, Magic Bus India Foundation. Thank you so much, Ms. Preeti, for joining us. Clap it up for Ms. Preeti, please, ladies and gentlemen. And my next speaker is Guneet Banga, who's an actor and influencer. Wow. Stellar, absolute stellar of a panel, full of fire indeed. Let's quickly set up the timer. We're all set. Panel is ready. Stage is set. Let's get going. Over to you.
Thank you so much. I'm nervous with these two kids, and I can't call them kids because when I spoke to them backstage, they had so much of wisdom to share. So I think we're going to learn a lot going by. But we've got a very interesting panel today. Each one has something unique to offer for today's topic. And the topic is very important because we really need to understand when we use terms like kidfluencer. You know, we've always thought about creating an influence for kids. Yahan pe ulta ho raha hai. The kids are influencing us. And of course, their peers as well. But I'm going to actually ask each one of you to very quickly, because our timer on hai, to very quickly to speak a little about what each one of you do, and then we'll get into, discussion. So we'll start with you, Prateek.
Radhe Radhe everyone. So I have an agency called Celebistan. It's been a 9 year in this industry, learning from every one of you, and we have reached this space. So we kind of bridge the gap between creators and the brands, and we kind of remarry them and somehow foster their growth. जहाँ पे agencies, artists and brands को दोनों को grow कर सकती है, strategize कर सकती है, उनकी life को shape कर सकती है, and we have done that quite well. And eventually we have been a part of talent management plus art casting also plus brand retainers and shaping everybody's futures, and somehow इन सब ने हमें भी काफ़ी help किया shape करने के लिए. So we are here. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Prateek. Akshit.
Yeah, hi folks. So we run this brand called Baby Billion, and we started 2 years back. It's YouTube first channel. We started 2 years back, and in the span of 2 years, we have grown to the number which is very substantial. Last month, we did 7.5 billion views. It's not million, it's billion. And it became world's biggest channel, not in kids category, but across all the categories, surpassing even Mr. Beast. But it's not about the views and numbers, but it also about the kind of responsibility we feel with that number, because 27 CR unique viewers are watching our content, and it's a not small number. And every viewer is watching 25 to 30 short videos every single month. So that is the kind of world we are creating through our content. And the next goal from here for us is not just content creation, but making a better future, because these kids will become the future leaders. So whatever we are nurturing into them, it will reflect in their behavior. So that is the responsibility every team member at Baby Billion is taking up along with them.
Amazing, Akshita. I was actually going to ask कि आप अगर number one हो, how are you taking responsibility? So thank you for addressing that even before being asked. Snehalata Shah, you're a parent, and we are in a very interesting topic about kidfluencers. But as a parent, you're an influencer. So please let us know what you do.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon first of all to every one of you. So I am Snilata Shah and I am a family travel blogger and I have been creating content since 2012. So during those periods, during those time, influencing word was not even existing, but we still did it. And I think now it's like you throw a stone and you see an influencer coming out of nowhere. But I think that was not my goal. I always had a goal of family travel blogging in the way I want people to travel with their kids so that they understand not in the classroom, not in the textbook, but actual what the world exists in the world. And that's the only goal I have in my life, that I want my kids to travel around, learn different cultures, learn different languages, be in the real world and not in the textbook world. And that's my goal right now. Thank you so much.
Amazing, amazing. Amira, it's a pleasure to see you here amongst all of us elderly, aged people. How do you feel being here, and tell us what you do?
I feel very much happy and excited and little bit nervous here. But I'm very happy because of my mother, because of she only I'm here.
Amazing. Preeti, you run a very heart-rendering organization, and it's very important to have you here because, like we said backstage, we don't want all to be just taken up by the glory. And you're the one giving us a reality check, so please tell us what you do.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. First of all, hi everyone, and thanks for inviting Magic Bus India Foundation here. I represent India's largest and one of the oldest NGO. We have been in the space for last 27 years, empowering about 50 lakh young people across 23 states. We are 3,500 employees, about 3,000 volunteers. We work in the space of life skills education as well as employability education. India's about 5% workforce in the underserved communities are placed by Magic Bus India Foundation. And we are very proud to be here representing our underserved youths who are and young people who are not getting opportunities, and really blurring the divide and really truly having inclusive conversation. And I must say, this is my first time being on a panel with little kids. I'm so excited and I'm so proud of both of them. And I'm just sitting in the center of both these little girls, and they're so, I'm nervous sitting next to them, right? I mean, the kind of confidence they have. Looking forward to all amazing conversation today, and over to you.
Super. And Guneet Banga, you're really cute, and I'm so happy to have the opportunity to interact with you. You're an actor and an influencer, right? So tell us when you started and what has been your highest moment so far?
I started my content creation journey when I was 6 or 7 years old. I was creating content on TikTok, but then TikTok got banned in India, and then I started creating content on Instagram, and then I don't know, I just got viral. And the biggest moment is like, first celebrity I have ever met is Ori, and I was very happy to meet him. And I'm very honored that you all invited me here, and I'm very happy. So let's see what all we do and what all conversations we do.
You're most welcome, and I'm getting worried now. What should I ask you? But I mean, we have to give her a huge. All right, so we want to really talk about how, as a kid influencer, what is exactly, the role of, when you talk about trust, when you talk about responsibility, even regulations, right? We talk about regulation on OTT platforms, we talk about regulation on the kind of content, there is, whether it's on cinema and all of that. But I think kids requires a very different approach. I'm actually going to ask you first, Akshat, because in this entire group, you're the one who's like is media. How do you put a check on the kind of content that you're putting out, and do you have kids on your channel?
Yes, so to answer your question better, let me give a little context. We started with few kids which were from our neighborhood, but now almost 40-50 kids actor work with us, and we are a live action first channel, and we create short form content with a full story covering in within 45 seconds, and every single video has some kind of a message. And when we were starting our journey with the content, and so YouTube has high quality principles and low quality principle defined for kids content. So from day one, we have inculcated those principles within our content and within our team's blood who are writing the content. Each one of them is very much familiar what are high quality principles like sharing is caring, solving real world issues. So those are very much the foundation for us.
But is this a self-defined regulation, or has there been any specific regulations being passed on, by the authorities?
So it's a regulation. It's not a regulation, I would say. It's a document guide that they recommend for the kids creator who are creating the content on platform. But it's your choice, however you are leveraging it. So while doing our research work, we did our homework well in that way. Otherwise, we have seen a lot of content on the platform which does not follow these fundamentals. And even sometimes we feel little abusive words in those content as well. So that's what we have taken care of, and every video must have a message along with entertainment. So that was the very much priority for us from the
So
day
that's
one.
like the underlying control in one sense.
Yes, yes.
Right? Amira, this is for you. So you're a kid yourself, you're in the 6th grade. What is the kind of content that you do, and when you create or when you put out this content, who do you think you are targeting in terms of age group?
I think that I only make the videos like funny videos to make everyone laugh and give smile to their face. I only this is my activity path. I do not just अरे यार video बनाना है नहीं. I like the making videos because बहुत से लोगों ने मुझे बुली किया कि अरे वीडियो मत बनाया करो, क्या है पढ़ाई में ध्यान दो. मैं पढ़ाई में भी ध्यान देती हूँ and in videos also.
Does anybody script for you, या आप खुद करती हो सब कुछ?
नहीं, मेरी मम्मा मुझे मतलब मैं और मेरी मम्मा मतलब कंबाइन करते हैं, हाँ, एक दूसरे की हेल्प करते रहते हैं.
But do you feel that you have to be careful कि आपके अगर जो age group इसको देखेंगे वो क्या सीखेंगे, क्या समझेंगे, ये सब, do you get these things in your mind?
नहीं, अगर ऐसा सब लोग मतलब और ज़्यादा खुश होते थे मेरी क्लास में भी ऐसा कि वाह मायरा तुम वीडियो बनाती हो. ऐसा मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मुझे देख के आगे कोई सीखे तो बहुत अच्छी बात होगी.
Amazing. Preeti, you, like we said, you're here giving a real life perspective, and you see children of different kinds of strata and exposure. How would you connect with the 2 children that are on the panel here and the kind of kids that you see on a daily basis? How would you differentiate?
See, I would say I would differentiate on 3 levels, yeah. One is at the level of opportunities. So for example, the kids, this lovely kids have created so much agency for themselves that of course her mother is really helping her in building the content. but she understands that how is it helping her or what she's really doing. So the agency that they both have created, and influencer kids, kid influencers, or this, I don't want to use this word, the privileged space, is very much high in agency. But because in the underserved community, there are not many opportunities. And that sort of really takes away, the confidence, takes away what is it that they can actually do in their lives. So this is one way I would look at it. The other differentiator is the parents themselves, the ecosystem, I would say. The ecosystem that our young people are there in underserved communities are very, very, very different to where we are today. Their parents are they are in informal job. Some parents are not even there. They're migrants. They just don't have that sort of ecosystem, right? But there's a brilliant community work that's happening through Magic Bus, and we ensure that they're building agency right from school age to the employable age. And the third and the most important part is the life skills. What is it that happens in their future is something that they plan.
Understood. Prateek, when you deal with kids of that young age, I mean, like you said, when you saw Myra the first time, she was, 4 years old. वो तो बच्ची है, उसको कोई idea नहीं है. She's saying what comes to her heart. You as someone who is running a management outfit, how do you deal with parents? Because obviously parents have to be in the picture. Do you guide them? Do they have expectations which need to be managed? What are the kind of challenges you deal with?
So basically, in all these years, what we saw, I personally feel that parents are the first managers. But still, parents should be protectors first. Then they can be a manager. And when we saw parents coming in, walking into us, they're always like, we want to launch our kids. They should earn money, right? हमें कितने brand collaborations आएंगे, how much money we should ask for, और कितनी reach आनी चाहिए, कितने views आने चाहिए. मुझे लगता है कि उन तक तो ये फिर भी ठीक है, but उनके बच्चे भी ये conversation सुन रहे होते हैं. And that is very bad, because जब बच्चा content बना रहा है like और viewerships के लिए, कि कितने लोग engage कर रहे हैं content से, कितने लोग share कर रहे हैं, कितने लोग उस content को view कर रहे हैं, तो वो childhood कहीं ना कहीं traumatized हो जाएगा. अभी वो नहीं दिखेगा, but for the future thing, it is going to be reflect on the child thing. अभी जैसे हमारा है, she said कि she don't think anything. She just want to make other people laugh. That's the very innocence, right? They carry that much level of innocence that actually we should also carry. हम लोगों ने, even though we manage a lot of creators who are in their 20s, who are in their 30s, 40s also, what I see, when they started creating content, they started for the fun and they have grown up. But now the money thing involves, it's a byproduct. It comes in the picture and it's mind wash their things, and it's like we should create this content will go viral and we should get this amount of money, we should pitch to this brand, we should pitch to this agencies, and this whole thing, they will feel traumatized because they don't have started for this. They have started for the fun. I should think that should remain there. Fun should be there.
I have a follow-up question to this. How does a parent step back, especially when they're seeing a certain momentum? I mean, आज आप अमायरा को पूछ लो, even for Guneet, इनको नहीं पता कि 1 महीने के बाद या 5-6 महीने के बाद वो क्या करेंगे. अभी जो है उसको मिल्क करें. As a parent who has seen some talent in their child and they are able to monetize it, वो क्यों रोकेगी उसके लिए?
Firstly, तो content is not a lifestyle. Everybody have made it a lifestyle, like a daily vlogging, capturing every moment of their kid. And the child is not growing privately, it's growing publicly. Everybody knows every bit information of your child. Secondly, they feel कि ये बस launch हो जाए या फिर ये viral हो जाए, या फिर मुझे लगता है कि उनको step back करके पहले उनको skills को develop करना चाहिए. If they are earning money out of it also, I guess the future trends also evolve in this of something around, not from volume driven content, it should be value driven content. Not taking so much of brand collaborations, because that will kill the joys of the content also, because everybody is watching the content just because of that innocence level. We also watch cartoons right now these days. We also watch these kids content just because they carry that innocence. And from their innocence, we also feel like our day is now fine. because we have so much of pressures, and eventually they also will have that same pressure in their next life or like after 10 years. But now I feel they should play their life, they should enjoy every bit of moment, they should feel loved, they should learn how to love, they should spend their times with the nature, with the environment, with the animals, start loving them and everything.
I'm going to move this point actually to Guneet.
Yeah.
So Pratik says कि enjoy करो, इतना मत सोचो कि मुझे influence करना है या मुझे content बनाना है. How do you look at it?
So, what I like and what I see is trending, I just make it. I don't think about it that it will get views, it will not get views. If it doesn't get, then who cares? Because I make it for myself and because I love to make, that's why I make. And
But Guneet, you must be having, are your parents here? Oh, hi, okay. So I'm sure ma'am is worried about ki you have spent so much time doing this, you haven't studied, you haven't finished your homework, something like that, right? So you're given time and energy, and if it doesn't have a tangible result, or, you know, in this case, if you don't make money out of it, would that be okay?
So, yeah, because I don't do for money, I do it for my happiness. And for studies, like full week I study, but Saturday, Sundays only I create content because we have to fresh our minds also. And my daily routine is like first I go to school, by 4 o'clock I am back from school, and then I sleep for 2 hours, and then I go to my tuitions, and then I come back home, I go to play, I eat my dinner, and then I sleep.
So basically, Saturday, Sunday is when you take the time out to do what you enjoy doing. The rest of the week, you do what you don't enjoy doing.
Yeah, this is also part of life, and if I don't even enjoy, but I have to enjoy it because everything we do, we have to enjoy it because we will not have,
Guys, you all have to. Come on. I mean, this is crazy. Ma'am, you have to, I think your daughter is potential Prime Minister of India. Amazing. It's really good. Snehalata, he mentioned about the fact that you shouldn't be getting into this thing of creating content every day. Ye bhook, ye aag nahi honi chahiye. But we all know that consistency of content is what platforms like YouTube, Instagram, aap jitna content daloge, utna return milta hai. How do you create a balance? You're a mother with 2 kids. You were saying backstage your daughter doesn't want to have to do anything with social media. So who is your target audience and what are you trying to say with your blogs?
So my target audience is basically whole family audience who enjoy traveling like me. So I put up itineraries. I say this is 5 days itinerary for Vietnam or Singapore, and they enjoy it and they actually go. Take my itinerary and go it. So I'm not promoting where should you put your kids to the main character of my page. I am the main character of my page right now, and I am putting family travel blogging only as a main character. So I want people to travel, make them understand, and as you said, that pressure of creating content. Now I came to that stage where my audience wait for my content. So I think I am not in a rush to create 2-3 content in a day. No, I don't do that. I create content as and when I require. I just don't put content like I just need to put it because the platform demands. No. And I'm not right now hungry for the views or the likes. That part is gone. It's just that I know my audience is growing because of the travel content I put.
But as a parent, what do you think about your 2 panelists who are
frankly speaking,
competitors to you right now? Actually,
no, not at all competitor. They are also like same my daughter's age because she is also my daughter is 14 and she's almost a similar age. But I see like a two-faced mirror. One side there is somebody who is creating content out of their fun, out of their liking. And whereas my kids who has grown seeing mother as a content creator and not themselves as a content creator. So they come to my videos because there is a need of the child coming to the brand integration. But I'm not forcing them to create your own page, create your content because they are not liking that thing. And I don't want to force them because I'll force this for a 5 minute or 5 days. What will happen to the 6th day? They don't know, they don't want to create. कहाँ से लाएंगे content? Because these people who are creating content from their own mentality or mind. My kid doesn't want to create, so I am not forcing them actually. That's my passion, right?
Fair enough. Akshit, have you ever worked or have aspirations of working with Amira and Guneet?
So we already work with a lot of kids, and definitely every kid has their own expression, own voice when they come up onto the videos. Definitely we are exploring a lot of partnerships. But the most important thing now, as a parent also now, because we were talking about the parent thing as well, every other parent wants to make their child shine. That's not wrong. But doing it from a monetarily perspective makes it wrong sometimes. Even when I started my own...
But don't you think if you don't put a monetary element, the child might actually get exploited? Because when somebody is paying for it, there's a slight element of professionalism that comes in as well, right?
That I agree. That's right. But a point comes into the picture जब बच्चे को करना ही नहीं है और parents उसको जबरदस्ती करा रहा है. That forcefulness, and we have seen it. Because there are two type of creators. One who just document their life, and others are the one who are doing it forcefully, as Pratik mentioned, for the likes, views, shares, है ना, कि ये brand deal मैंने की है, इसको इतने views deliver करने, अगर नहीं दिए तो प्रतीक मेरा 50% काट लेंगे. तो वो payment ही नहीं आएगा. So such thing happens. So my point is, even if as a parents over here and who are listening, the most important thing is document, है ना? Don't create it for the creation. And there is this best video which I took a lot of inspiration back in days, is Document Don't Create by Gary Vee. It's on YouTube. One of my favorite video when anyone wants to start in a content journey. Just start documenting. Don't create that content for anyone else.
So it's like a visual journal, in a way, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're...
Even just to add what you added, Hannah, visual journal, I created visual content every single day for my own self. I used to record a video every night before going to bed, just how was my whole day. I'm not sharing it with anyone. I'm not creating. I'm just documenting it for my own self.
Right.
How was the early days of Baby Billion? I
Right.
am just documenting that journey.
Interesting. Preeti, I had a thought that, kids learn, I mean, human beings learn from other human beings, right? And the whole idea of kid influencers is that they influence their own age group. Do you see an opportunity or a benefit in bringing talent like Guneet and Amira and others like them in front of the kids that you're dealing with or in the strata that you're dealing with? Do you see it as a benefit?
I must tell you this, and thank you for asking me this, because that's really my sole purpose of being here. If you realize, we are the only NGO sitting here amongst the kid influencers, television, the whole entertainment industry. Why there is an NGO sitting here, if you all have to ask yourself, is really for this. I'm not at all here to tell you all, how they have such bad time and their lives are so bad. Nobody is looking for sympathy, but all we really looking for a symphony. Really, the kids from the one with opportunities and the one without opportunities coming together to build this country to, become Viksit Bharat by 2047 is what we as Magic Bus is envisaging. Even our relationship with Kidzania really wants to do that, is build sense of empathy and giving right at the foundational age. Because today in the world of AI, I must tell you, where everything is through screens and through agents and everything, what do you teach a girl who is, let's say, a 12-year-old? What sort of diploma can any of you tell me what sort of diploma or what education she should be doing? Because everybody will be taught by AI 10 years down the line. I'm not scaring all the parents here. But what I'm really trying to say is life skills is the only skill that will hold our upcoming generation, and not just the privileged one, but even the underprivileged one. So they all have to come together for the betterment of the country, guys. And that must happen, for sure.
I think one of the things, especially when you talk about children and you talk about any business around children, and you beautifully mentioned that, Akshita, is that there has to be a very individualistic approach to sanity and sanctity, right? अपने business बनाने के पीछे you can't say अरे कुछ भी चल सकता है, right? I mean, you expect that in every industry, but I think in kids, anything to deal with kids. But I want to ask you, Prateek, what are the ethical concerns that one should keep in mind when you are, especially because your business is about taking a talent and giving an opportunity, or getting an opportunity and marrying it with a talent. Where do you put a pause? Because अपने parents को तो बोल दिया, दूसरे side से क्या?
So basically, it's not only parents' job. If we think कि kid influencers can protect themselves, then I think we are at failure. It's our job also, not only parents' job. It's the brand job also. It's the agency job also. It's the NGO job also. It's everybody's job to protect that child because they cannot think of their protections and everything. Somehow I feel, जैसे we all are young and from millennials, boomers generation, I feel we seek validation these days. We are a part of AI and we seek validations because we want कि हम हमेशा perfect दिखें. But actually the perfect चीज़ तो robot होती है. जो imperfectness होती है, that is the love. Imperfect is a very beautiful part and that is the reason we watch these kid influencers. And I feel कि वो imperfectness रहनी चाहिए. That is the main thing we start guiding to the brands also. Because somehow when we talk to the brands these days, they are asking for CPV. How much you know about CPV, I don't know. Because we work on a very large scale with like skincare brands or FMCG brands on a particularly like every month 200, 300 creators executing brand campaigns. Then we have a special target from the brands and whatever the money they are investing on the content piece, they want a perfect, you must be knowing about it. CPV is cost per view. Whatever the cost is going on to the viewership. CPV is, they want 0.1 CPV, 0.2 CPV, मतलब 2 पैसा 1 view पे. Like that. So हमें deliver करना होता है 0.1 CPV, whatever the amount they are investing on us, including the agency fees and everything. But when we talk about the kid influencers, we have to shut this thing up because we cannot go on this CPV things with all these kid influencers, not on the relatability side or on the authenticity side. It is a perfect, I guess when a kid influencer say it's a belief system और लोग उसको advice की तरह लेते हैं, लोग उसको उससे attach हो जाते हैं, लोगों के लिए वो एक personal value driven content होता है और शायद एक brand के लिए एक कह सकते हो perpetuity level पे वो content बहुत ज़्यादा excellent कर जाता है. जैसे Kidzania has a I guess has a phase जो उन्होंने काफ़ी year तक run किया. Clinic Plus ने जो phase लिया था आशिका भाटिया अवनीत और they have run it for almost so many years. because वो बच्चों का phase वो innocence वो चीज़ वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा
I think it's one of the categories where you expect organic engagement, right?
Absolutely.
You can't be paying for it. Time is up, but I just want to leave the last two opportunities for both of you to speak. Amira and Guneet. How do you see your life in the next 1 year?
So in the next 1 year, I hope I get 1 million followers because it's like a dream. Seeing other creators and one day I'll hit mine. I never expected even 200k followers. I'm very, very thankful to all the people who are watching me and they are following me. I never expected this also because I was creating for, but then now I expect for 1 million followers and I'll be very happy to get and yeah.
Superb. Okay, Amira.
अभी तो I am having 1 million followers, but after 1 year I think that 10 million हो जाए तो बहुत बड़ी बात है.
Now you can tell how it feels है ना when आप जब 1 million पे हो तो कैसा feel होता है because उनको 1 million पे पहुंचना है आपको 10 million पे पहुंचना है और किसी को 10 million से 100 पे पहुंचना है so it's a journey.
तो मतलब ऐसा जब मैं 7 years की मेहनत थी हम लोगों की मैंने मम्मा ने और सब ने बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प की मेरी सब लोगों ने इतना ज़्यादा प्यार और सपोर्ट दिया मुझे इस वजह से 1 मिलियन जब हुआ तो मुझे यकीन नहीं होता कि उनका मम्मा मेरी आईडी नहीं है इसको आप एक बार रिफ्रेश करिए गलती से हो गया होगा क्लच आया होगा ऐसा मुझे यकीन नहीं होता मैं द टीयर्स वाज इन माय आईज आई वाज नॉट बिलीविंग दैट मेरे 1 मिलियन हो गए ऐसा
That's
7
amazing.
years.
And obviously, the only thing that's common for all of you, both of you, is y'all are just doing it for fun, right?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I want to add one thing. Empowerment and exploitation. Empowerment is something जहाँ पे creators अपने content पे बहुत अच्छे से काम करें with the setting boundaries set by their parents. And exploitation is जब वो क्या कहते हैं content intent हो जाएगा सिर्फ money oriented या फिर views and likes oriented. The
Okay.
whole conversation, whole session we did for something this only
Yes.
that we got from the both. If they are creating content, my request to all the parents is कि उनके skills पे काम किया जाए, उनके belief पे काम
Yes.
किया जाए, उनके जो internal जो उनके प्यार छुपा हुआ उस प्यार को और foster किया जाए, उनको nature और environment से connect किया जाए, जिससे वो अपने साथ और लोगों के साथ कैसे deal करना है, वो चीज़ों को सीखें, not on the likes, views and followers and everything, because somehow वो गलत नहीं है अपनी जगह पे, obviously वो एक इच्छाएं हैं, ये माया नगरी है, हम यहाँ पर आए हैं, जन्म ही हुआ है मृत्यु के लिए, और हम माया के पीछे भागते हैं पूरे जीवन.
Can I add
Yes,
one
yes,
word,
yes, why
please?
not?
I know the time's up, but I just wanted to add, I am really blessed कि ये बच्चे बहुत अच्छे लाइन से जा रहे हैं, but there is another sad grey part of Instagram or YouTube, which I think we have not covered, but I wanted to tell you
Please
this,
do, please.
that I had seen 12-year or 13-year-old boy and girl behaving as husband and wife on Instagram, getting views, and they have crossed a limit where I didn't wanted to see. I didn't want it. I mean, nobody would love to see that content. And then I started reporting them. I started reporting them because I spoke on stories about them that parents are actually exploiting, because you know they cannot behave like this until your parents are supporting that way. So I'm blessed because I think I'm happy because the kids are in right hands. And but what if the kids are in not right hands, even including the parents? And you know, if you check the comment section of those pages or those, they're actually, the people are targeting their parents ki how can you make your kids behave like this? It's absolutely absurd to see kids behaving like a husband wife, you know.
No, I'm
So
glad you brought this to
Yes.
light, and you know, it's like they say, "Boon boon se sagar banti hai." So in a small forum like this, it'll be great if you
Great.
can, you know, like she
Amplify.
said, yeah, report,
Report
and you know, ensure it's shut down. But thank you, everyone, each one of you. Thank you, Siddharth, for inviting me here as well, and thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so
Thanks a
much.
lot.
I think all the thanksgiving on earth should be given to them. I'll request all of you to please kindly remain on stage. I'm going to be requesting Mr. Franklin Toscano, co-founder and CTO, IWM Buzz Media Network, to please kindly come up on stage and give the token of appreciation to our esteemed speakers over here. A big round of applause for Mr. Toscano as well, please, ladies and gentlemen, if I may request. Thank you. I'll request for all the token of appreciations to be kept ready quickly. I'll request all of you to remain on stage for the remaining giveaways. Can we have the remaining giveaways quickly on stage, please? I'll request all of you to please wait and hold on. We have more stuff to give to all of you. You know, kids are all about spreading love, right? So we at IWM Buzz, at India Kids Summit, we believe in spreading love as well through multiple gifts. That's exactly what we're here for. So we have many more giveaways. And of course, to kind of ideally finish the meal, we have more. That's a sign of a healthy event, right? Multiple partnerships happening. Yeah. Thank you. We have the last part left. We want to end it on a sweet note. So, some sweet, yummy desserts from Marova Donuts. Exactly, huh? Carry bags as well. I believe this is a good headache to have. That two hands, and how many things do we actually have to hold with those two hands, right? It's a good headache to have. Thank you. And with that, genuinely, I promise, with this, we are done with the end of the giveaways. I'll request all of you to please come on stage over here at the front for a nice group photograph, all of you over here, which is very important. Franklin sir, please join them as well for a group photograph. Very important. And ladies and gentlemen, almost the end of the day, a bit of clapping and appreciation does help the process a lot more. Thank you so much. We're going to be going ahead with the final session of the day, the next one, so thank you.